December was in full swing on Sodor. Snow had come early, and though they were cold, the engines forged on, determined not to disappoint their passengers at Christmas. Everyone was happy. Everyone, that is, except Bertie. Hello, Bertie. Enjoying the snowfall? Grumbled Bertie. I can't enjoy anything at present. Why not? That's why. Thomas was confused. If passengers make you cross, I think you might be in the wrong profession. It's how they get during the holidays, Bertie continued. Everyone's in such a hurry that they lose their manners. The roads are too slick to drive fast, but all they care about is getting their shopping done. Thomas chuckled. Well, there is a lot to be done around this time of year. Don't let them get to you, Bertie. Easy for you to say, Bertie snarled. At least you don't have potholes and black ice on the railway. It's not all tinsel and carols for me, Thomas. What a Scrooge. On another part of the island, it was all tinsel and carols. Trevor the traction engine bustled happily about in the snow. The vicar was putting on festive sleigh rides during the day, the sleigh of course being Trevor's cart. Trevor didn't particularly fancy the red nose the vicar had stuck on him, but he was delighted with how happy the children were. As dusk fell, the church volunteers prepared hot meals for everyone. With bellies full and hearts warm, the congregation set out into the night to carol. Trevor loved the carols and whistled along with the songs when needed. One night the carols were singing by one of Bertie's stops. The bus roared up, drowning out the tune. Trevor spoke in a hushed tone, not wanting to disrupt the choir. Evening, Bertie. Didn't expect to see you out so late. I could say the same to you, snipped Bertie. Bertie's passengers bustled out, taking no notice of the carolers. I don't know why even bother, Bertie went on. You should be keeping warm in your shed. It's beautiful what the carolers are doing, smiled Trevor. A little Christmas cheer to brighten up the holidays. Little good it's doing, sniffed Bertie, eyeing up the oblivious passengers as he roared out of the yard. Poor Bertie, thought Trevor. We must find a way to cheer him up. Over the next few days, Trevor tried everything. He whistled whenever the bus passed by, did his best to sing carols in tune, and even brought lights for Bertie to hang in his windows. Despite his best efforts, Bertie continued to be a Grinch. Trevor remained undeterred. It was Christmas, and nothing could ruin the holidays for him. The 25th of December was mere days away. The weather changed as Christmas drew near. The snow that fell was heavy and wet, and winds howled across the island. At last there was a break in the bad weather. Bertie was busier than ever with procrastinating passengers rushing about to finish their Christmas shopping. It was dark as Bertie was making his final run home for the day, but he was no less crowded with people than he was in the morning. The snow had begun to fall again, and his driver was having a hard time seeing the road. The passengers were getting agitated. Pick it up! I'll miss my supper! Didn't realize I got on a horse and cart. With the passengers distracting him, Bertie didn't see the pothole ahead. There was a loud pop. Bertie began swerving all over the road, the passengers yelling in fright. The driver couldn't keep control. With a thud, Bertie skidded into a ditch and buried himself in the snow. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the passengers grumbled even further. "What'd you go and do that for? This is a mess, isn't it? I'll not freeze to death in a bus." Bertie was about to retort when he heard something. Down the road there was a chugging noise, followed by soft singing. Out of the darkness came Trevor pulling the carolers. "Goodness me, Bertie!" gasped Trevor. "Are you alright?" Bertie's answer was muffled by the snow. The carolers jumped down and headed for Bertie. The vicar poked his head through the door and motioned the passengers towards him. Bertie's driver didn't need telling twice and hopped out, but the passengers glared. "Come on, everyone," said the vicar. "We'll get you to safety." "Like heck you will," shouted a passenger. "It'll be New Year's Day before that old relic of yours get us anywhere." The other passengers mumbled in agreement. "Suit yourself," sighed the vicar. "I can't see the appeal of a stranded bus over a cosy parish full of blankets and warm meals. But to each their own, I suppose. Godspeed to you all. Merry Christmas." "You didn't think I was going to leave you here, did you?" smiled the traction engine. The passengers quickly rethought their position and hurried after the vicar. Once everyone was piled into the cart, Trevor set off back to the church. Bertie stared desperately as he watched Trevor disappear in the distance. "Oh," he thought, "Trevor will never come back to me after how horrid I've been. I'll have to freeze out here all alone. Oh dear, oh dear." The snow piled up around Bertie. He grew colder and colder, and with nothing else to do, he began to drift off to sleep. "Trevor!" A strong chain was attached between them. Bertie's driver and a few of the church volunteers were at the back ready to push. Trevor gave a great heave. Slowly but surely, Bertie began to move. "You're doing it! You're doing it!" Bertie cheered in delight. "Nearly there! Nearly there!" puffed Trevor. Trevor's wheels slipped and his boiler strained, but with one final mighty effort he pulled Bertie out of the ditch. The men cheered and hugged. Bertie honked happily, and Trevor sighed in relief. A little later, Bertie had been pushed into Trevor's shed. "I've not got a spare tyre," sighed the driver, "and there's no chance a mechanic will make it out here tonight. Sorry, lad, you'll have to stay here for the night." And he walked back to the church. "I must say," said Trevor, "this is the first time I've had a guest. I don't know why you want me to stay after the Scrooge I've been," sighed Bertie. "There's more than enough room in this shed for the both of us," smiled Trevor. "But there is one rule if you're going to stay." "What's that?" "When the carols begin, you have to sing along." Bertie's face went white as the snow, until the two friends burst into laughter. Soon Edward arrived to take Bertie's passengers home. The vicar led them out to the railway line, but they stopped when they reached the shed. "Bertie," said one man, "we owe you an apology. You wouldn't be in this mess if it weren't for us. We got so wrapped up in our own schedules that we forgot what Christmas is all about. Being kind to one another." "I'd never have gone into town for my shopping if it weren't for you," said an older gentleman. "I'd be lost without you. I hate winter driving," added a woman. "And I thank you," said Bertie's driver, addressing the vicar and Trevor, "for helping us out of a tight spot and giving us a place to keep warm." The passengers cheered in agreement, but the vicar just smiled. "I couldn't rightly call myself a man of God if I turned a blind eye to you in your time of need," he said. "My doors are always open. Now, I believe your family is waiting for you. And he motioned to Edward's coaches. There was silence. I like to stay, a lady said after a while. Just a little longer. We haven't even sung carols yet. We have to sing carols, insisted the passengers. The vicar's eyes lit up, and he turned to the old engine. What say you, Edward? Think you can wait a few tunes before taking these people home? Of course, your reverence, smiled the old engine. Besides, I never miss a chance to hear Trevor singing. Everyone laughed, and the carols began. Bertie was the happiest he felt all season. Happy to see his passengers smiling, to feel the Christmas spirit, and to know he could always count on his good friend Trevor.